All right, so you're thinking about real estate investing. Huh. Want to build some serious wealth, but not really sure where to begin?
Yeah, it can be a pretty daunting world to step into, right? So many moving parts and things to consider.
Definitely. That's why today we're doing a deep dive into like the fundamental mindset and those first crucial steps. No need to feel overwhelmed though. We're going to lay it all out in a way that's easy to grasp.
Exactly. We're going to be drawing heavily from the insights of Dan Soares. He's a real estate investor and a licensed realtor. Really knows his stuff.
Yeah, and what I really appreciate about his approach is it's like super grounded and practical, none of that like get rich quick stuff you see floating around out there.
Nope. This is about building lasting wealth over time, and it all starts with making some essential mindset shifts.
Okay, so first things first. Dan Soares is a huge advocate for the idea that real estate investing is a marathon, not a sprint.
100%. Patience, resilience, you got to be able to adapt and roll with the punches because things won't always go as planned.
Right, and he really emphasizes this shift in perspective from just like owning a property to actually seeing it as a way to actively build wealth.
And that's a big difference. A lot of people get into real estate thinking, okay, I'll just buy this place, rent it out, easy money. But that's not really the big picture.
Yeah, he actually shares this story about when he was starting out. He bought a duplex, thought it was just an affordable place to get going.
Right, just dipping his toes in.
Exactly. But then it hit him. It wasn't just about collecting rent checks every month. This property could potentially go up in value, and then that equity could be used to fuel future investments. Like that's when the light bulb really went off for him.
And that's exactly the kind of thinking that separates successful investors from the rest. You're not just a landlord, you're a business owner.
So important. And that leads right into another one of his key mindset shifts, adopting that business owner mentality.
Right. It's not just about reacting to whatever comes up with your tenants. It's about proactively managing your assets for growth.
He even says, I love this, he says, treat each property like a mini business with its own P&L.
Yeah, that one quote really sums it up. Suddenly you're thinking about things like tenant screening, budgeting for repairs, everything from a completely different angle.
Makes total sense. And of course, all of this ties into the need for patience, which Dan Soares cannot stress enough.
Absolutely. Real estate moves at its own pace, deals fall through, finding the right tenants can take forever. Even renovations can hit unexpected delays.
Oh, tell me about it. And that's where having that long-term perspective comes in, right? Being able to weather those storms, knowing you're not going to hit a home run with every single deal right away.
Right. It's about staying the course, managing your properties wisely, and not panicking when things get a little bumpy.
Okay, so we've covered the mindset stuff. Now let's get into the practical side. Like, what does a beginner's roadmap to real estate investing actually look like?
Well, at its core, it's pretty simple. You acquire a property, you add value to it somehow, whether through renovations or just the market naturally appreciating, and then eventually you sell for a profit.
Sounds straightforward enough, but I imagine there's a lot more nuance to it in practice.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But one of the things that makes real estate investing so appealing is it's incredibly flexible. You've got options. You could buy low and hold for the long haul, or you could do quick flips for a faster return.
Right. It's not like stocks or bonds where you're kind of locked into a specific strategy. And another great thing about real estate is that it's relatively accessible, right? You don't need a ton of cash to get started.
Exactly. A lot of people can leverage their savings, and there's always the option of financing to really boost your purchasing power.
And speaking of options, there are so many different ways to invest in real estate. It's not just about being a landlord and collecting rent.
Not at all. You could go the passive income route with rental properties, or you could be more hands-on with flipping houses or even developing commercial properties.
So many possibilities, but I'm guessing it's not all sunshine and roses, right? There are challenges too.
Of course, the real estate market can be pretty volatile, property values fluctuate, and then you've got to factor in things like taxes.
So basically, you got to be smart about it. Do your research, make informed decisions, and don't go in blindly expecting to get rich overnight.
Exactly. It's about being strategic with every step you take, choosing the right properties, knowing when to buy, when to improve, and when to sell.
So just to recap, we've talked about those key mindset shifts, Dan Soares highlights thinking long-term, seeing real estate as a wealth-building tool, that business owner mentality, and above all, patience.
Right, and we've laid out a basic roadmap for beginners, showing how real estate investing can be flexible, accessible, and ultimately a powerful way to build wealth.
And it's all backed by the real-world experience and expertise of Dan Soares.
Exactly. This isn't just theory, it's tried and true stuff that actually works.
So here's what I want you to think about. What aspect of real estate investing really speaks to you? And what's one small step you could take today to explore that further? Maybe learning more about Dan Soares' methods and insights could be that extra push you need to get the ball rolling. I mean, why not, right?
It could be the key to unlocking your financial freedom.
Absolutely. So go out there, do your research, and start building your real estate empire.
One brick at a time. That's the way to do it.